Hey guys, and welcome to my Motorola Atrix HD review. Do you need a new phone right now but cannot afford that $199, $299 top tier pricing for something like a Galaxy S3 or an iPhone 4S right now? Well, I think AT&T's got the solution for you. This is the Motorola Atrix HD, and this thing is $99 on contract or even $49 at Best Buy or Walmart, and it packs a lot of punches. Now this thing comes with a 4.5-inch 720p ColorBoost display that is an LCD, and it looks fantastic. And it comes with a 720p video capable front-facing camera with LED notification light. And it also packs the new 1.5 GHz dual-core Snapdragon S4 processor with Adreno graphics. So there's nothing last gen about this handset right here. Now with this flimsy door, behind it comes a micro SIM card slot and a micro SD card slot that is expandable up to 32 gigabytes and comes with 8 GB of onboard storage. On the bottom, you get nothing. And on the right side, you get a power button and a volume rocker up and down switch. And up top, you get something you don't see very much, and that is a micro USB and a micro HDMI port, so you can output to a TV. And you got a 3.5mm headphone jack right there for your headphones. The headphones do not come included with the box, only just the USB cord and charger. So on the back here, you see a Kevlar back with limited waterproofing. Can't just dump this in water, but it feels real nice. 8-megapixel camera, LED flash, and you get your speaker in the back. Non-removable 1780 milliamp battery, and you see that giant hump up there, and that is probably due to the 4G LTE connectivity that's built in with that camera. So it is very famous of Motorola to have that big old hump. So let's go ahead and bring in the iPhone 4S for size comparison, and the 4S looks extremely tiny. And even the 4S is pretty thick in comparison to the phones today. So let's see what the iPhone 5 really brings. But you can see exactly how huge that hump is in the back. Very Droid X-like, and some of the other ones that Motorola has made. And here's the Samsung Galaxy S3, which has a 4.8-inch screen. But you can see they're very similar in size. But if we put the Galaxy S3 next to it, the Galaxy S3 is thinner almost all around. So you can see that hump is kind of ugly in the back. But besides that, the power button on the right is a nice addition, and I like that. And you can see that the software is very similar to the ICS update that's come out on the Droid Razr Max and the Droid Razr. But this screen is amazing at 720p, and you will not be disappointed by that. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the software that is on here, and you can see it's pretty much a vanilla experience here. There is not much of an overlay. You can see here that you can start with a template or go with a blank page. I kind of like that, so you don't have to waste the screens if you don't want them. You can just build the screens that you want. And you can see here, even in the app drawer and the widget drawer, it's very ICS-like, not really heavily skinned whatsoever, and I like that. And you can see that there's capacitive buttons on the bottom, just like the Galaxy Nexus. Now, I really like this new widget they have up here, and you can see you can flip through data, how much data you've used, and what your battery life is. So I really like that. You can flip through cities and weather right there, and you can flip through different clocks, and your notifications will also show up there, which is cool. So I really like that new widget that's up top there. And you can see there's some more functions to these other icons, like the browser. So when you flip up, you get your bookmarks, which is very cool. And something like here with text, if you want to text real quick, you can show the last person you text, and that's pretty cool to have extra functions within the app right from the home screen, which I like. So nice little additions, nothing intrusive or anything like that. They've done a good job, and you can see here that this is just very stock ICS-like. Here on the notification tray as well, the setting shortcut is up there, and let's go about phone here, and you can see it's running 4.04 ice cream sandwich. No idea when this thing is going to get updated to Jelly Bean. I hope very soon, but with Motorola's track record, it's probably going to be pretty far from now. But and also has a lock bootloader at this time. So now here's Smart Actions, which they have introduced with the other phones that they have made like the Droid Razr line, and you can see that you can set your time management and power management to different things, sleep, work, and you can just do pretty much anything to save battery, which is very awesome, and that's a really good program to have. Now let's go ahead and see the 4G LTE connectivity that's built in. With HSPA Plus, you're going to probably get 5 or 6 down best. But with LTE, I've gotten crazy speeds all the way up to 50, but this is probably the everyday data speeds that you'll see. This is on speedtest.net. I have about 3 bars. I'm floating between 2 and 3 bars of LTE right now, and you can see that this is running over 15 megabytes per second down. And looks like we're going to get over 10 up. So very good speeds on LTE, which is great. And having 4G LTE is incredible if you have it in your area. And you can see right there. And even with that small speaker piece right there, you get great reception and awesome call quality. I've had nothing but clear, distinctive voices, really crisp voice with it, and people on the other side say I sound great as well. And you can see how nice that screen looks right there. It wouldn't be an AT&T phone without AT&T branding on it. Doesn't make any sense, doesn't do anything, but of course they're going to put it on there somehow. All right, now let's talk more about this back here with this Kevlar back. Now it feels really, really great. It feels real soft, matte, really soft finish there. And there is the camera right there. And the speaker, this is very Droid Razr like in appearance, and you can see where it gets its design cues. Now let's talk about this 8 megapixel camera. We can shortcut it right from the home screen. Now the one thing about this 8 megapixel camera, I have to say, it is not on par with the other 8 megapixel cameras out there. Motorola is not known for their great smartphone cameras, but this one does not make an exception whatsoever. You can see it does autofocus pretty fast. And here you do get some camera settings, you get some effects here, and you do get, different scenes. You do get panorama and multi-shot in with it, and you get to change your exposure, change your flash on and off. But this camera has some focus issues. You can tap to focus, but it doesn't focus all the time. The macro focus is pretty terrible, but when you actually get to take a picture, the picture snaps pretty quickly, and we can take a look at it. And even when you zoom, you can tell it's pretty grainy. It's not very good in low light. It does okay in well-lit situations. It will get by. So if you're just looking for a camera and you don't really care for your cell phone camera that much, and you just want to snap pictures and don't really care for the high quality, then this phone will do just fine. But definitely not up to par with some of the flagship phones today, like the Samsung Galaxy S3 or the iPhone 4S or the HTC One X. But with the 1080p recording, it's a little bit more forgiving here. It does focus pretty fast, and it does have continuous autofocus, as you can see right here. Let me pull it back, and it focuses pretty quick on my hand, and it focuses pretty quick back. So the video is a lot better than the actual still shots, but still at that, the video isn't the best. It tends to get overexposed. So, all right, enough about the camera. Let's move on. Okay. Now, with performance, with the Snapdragon S4 processor, you would probably expect good performance, and you can. We're just going to run a quick quadrant standard right here. I mean, the benchmarks aren't everything, but it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what the phone is going to perform like. And right here, you can see 5069. That is really good. That is up to par with most of those phones today for flagship. So you don't have to worry about that. And even just day-to-day performance, as you can see here, it opens the gallery really quickly, and here's a pretty good test of performance for me. If you just put it on a intensive background, it tends to stutter, especially with other chipsets, lower end chipsets. So let's go ahead and put on bubbles here, just set that wallpaper, and you can see still very fluid, no jerkiness, super fluid. All right, now let's take a look at some gaming on here. For a lot of people have asked about that. How does this thing play games? And my answer is it plays them very well. With that Snapdragon S4 chip and that Adreno graphics, it runs very well. It runs just as good as pretty much any other high-end handset right now. And I think that's why this phone has such a good value at this point, because the internals are packed with premium materials, and you can see right here that the graphics are really great. Even though I am completely failing at this game right now, it's very hard to play while I'm filming, but you can see very fluid motion, and the touchscreen is very responsive, no problems whatsoever. And once again, this screen is fantastic, probably one of the best screens that I've seen today. The HTC One X also has a really great screen, but this one has amazing whites, really good contrast as well, and I think that it's one of the best screens on the market right now. It really looks great, but if you do turn up that brightness, it will suck your battery up so fast, and that's the only problem with this screen, and most problems with screens this size is that it really does drain battery super quickly. So you can go ahead and enjoy this scene of death as I fade out. Alright. So what do I think about this Atrix HD? I think it is an amazing value for its money, because you're getting pretty much a stock ICS experience. Yes, it does not have Jelly Bean at this point, but $99 on contract. You really can't beat this. Right now, you can get it for $49 at Best Buy, and I think this is probably one of the best Android handsets for its money right now. It's got a fantastic screen. The 4.5-inch screen is amazing, and it does have the new S4 processor inside. It's got 4G LTE. It's got pretty much everything that you want, but it does have some pretty bad battery life. I can probably only get about 6 hours out of this if I use it regularly, 6 to 7 hours. So I would say go ahead and buy this. I think it's a great buy. So go ahead and subscribe today. Leave your comments below if you have any questions, and I always thank you for watching my videos. I'll see you in the next one.